Hey, Brittany Lynch here, and welcome to the Launch a Profitable Blog This Weekend course. This is Module 1, and I'm going to walk you through how to choose your profitable blog niche if you don't already have one. Or if you already have an idea for a blog niche, then I'm going to make sure that you walk through these steps to verify that it's going to be a success. So let's get started. First, let's start with what is a niche. The blogs that are most successful focus in on a specific niche, and a niche is a specific and well-defined segment of the market. For example, you could have a niche website or a niche blog in the gardening niche, or you could have a website in the knitting niche. That is a specific niche or a specific segment of the market. You're not talking to everyone about everything. You're focusing in on a specific audience that's interested in a specific topic. Focusing in on a niche will allow you to become recognized as an expert in your niche. And when you become an expert in your niche, opportunities start to open up. Choosing your niche is the first step to launching your blog. So there's two types of niche blogs that you could launch, the broad and the narrow. Let's talk about the two different types. The first one is the broad one, and you could focus on a broad topic and a specific demographic. For example, you could launch a lifestyle website where you talk about several topics to a specific demographic. For example, young professional women 20 to 34. You might talk about topics like career, finance, fashion, makeup. All of these topics would serve that specific demographic. This is more of a demographic-based blog than a niche blog. The second type of blog you can launch is focusing in on a specific niche like gardening. All right, this is a narrowly focused blog with one type of interest, one topic that you talk about, but that topic might suit several demographics. I personally would suggest you focus in on a specific niche. Idealme.com is a broad blog. It speaks to a specific demographic and we cover many different topics. Ultimately, this is a much harder path to take and will require much more work in order for you to find a passionate audience and make it profitable. And the reason is because when someone comes to your blog and they come because they have seen a crochet blog post, if you're then trying to talk to them about goal setting, there's a portion of that audience who likes crochet and who also likes goal setting, but it's a small overlapping audience. So ultimately, with Idealme, my goal is to make it a massive website, right? And so that's why I'm taking that path. But it is a much harder path to take. I would suggest that if you're just getting started in marketing and just getting started in blogging, really focus in on a niche. That doesn't mean that you can't expand on that niche in the future and add other topics to your website, but it's going to be a lot easier for you to find an audience if you focus in on a topic like gardening or fashion or knitting or something along those lines. And in today's video, I'm going to walk you through how to find the niche that's right for you. So let's go through part 1 of choosing your niche. I'm going to ask you a series of questions, or I'm going to tell you about a number of questions, and I want you to ask yourself these questions and really get out a pen and paper and start writing this stuff down. The first question is, which magazine and newsletters do you currently subscribe to? So the point of this exercise is to help you find and realize the topics that you're really passionate about and you have some knowledge on. So start thinking back to what magazines and newsletters do you subscribe to or do you frequently buy and read? What are the topics of those magazines? Number 2, what jobs or industries have you worked in? Sometimes you might not want to start a blog on a hobby. Maybe in your job you're really, really good at Excel, or you're really, really good at organizing, or you're an accountant and you want to help people simplify their finances. So having a job or an experience in a job or an industry could be a great starting place for you to start your own blog. So it doesn't have to be hobby-based. It doesn't have to be passion-based. Maybe you really like your job in the industry you're in and you want to share that knowledge with your audience. Number 3, which groups have you been part of? Maybe a golf club or an investment club or stamp collecting. Whatever it is, think back to your life experiences in the groups that you've joined in the past and write those topics down. Number 4, what are your hobbies and interests? What do you enjoy spending your time doing? Ultimately, this is all about building a lifestyle blog. And I want you to really love what it is that you're working on and what it is that you're going to be building over the next, hopefully, several years. So think about, what do you enjoy doing? What hobbies and interests do you have? And write those down. Number 5, what topics do you own more than 5 books on? So go to your bookshelf and look and see, are there any topics that you have more than 5 books on? I'm not talking about fiction, I'm talking about nonfiction. Number 6, if you had unlimited time and money, what would your day look like? What would you spend your time doing? Often, this is a really good indication of where your passions lie and what you really enjoy working on and spending time on and talking about. So, those are the 6 questions that are really going to help give you some guidance on what is a good niche for you to look at pursuing. Ask yourself, what topics continue to appear? Which topics came up in several of the questions? And maybe make a short list. Narrow it down to 3 topics that you're interested in starting your blog on. And take these 3 topics to the next step and begin to whittle them through the validation process. The next step is all about, okay, can this topic make money? Can this topic actually build an income for us? Now, maybe your goal with this blog isn't actually to build an income, it's really just a creative outlet for you. And if that's the case, choose the topic that you're most passionate about. However, if you are looking to build an income or ultimately want to keep the doors open for building an income from this blog, then you're definitely going to want to go through the second step of the verification process. So step 2, part 2, choosing your niche. This is kind of verifying, is there money to be earned in this market, and is the traffic there to build an audience? So question number 1, is there traffic? Do the top 1 to 3 blogs on this topic have more than 50 to 100,000 monthly visitors? Now, I'm going to share with you how to go through these steps in a live example in just a second, but first I'm going to go through these steps myself. Now, you definitely want your top competitors on this topic to have more than 50 and ideally 100,000 monthly page views, okay? You want your top competitor to have as much traffic as possible because that kind of gives you an idea of where the tap is, where's the sky is the limit in your particular niche topic. So that's why this is important. If the top blog in your niche is not getting 100,000 visitors or 50,000 visitors a month, then that kind of indicates to me that it might be too niche of a blog, and it's going to be hard to really make money from this blog. Ideally, you want to have more than 100,000 monthly visitors to the top competitors in your space. Number 2, are people spending money in this market? Are they spending money on advertising? Are they spending money on recurring membership programs? Are they spending money on physical products and digital products? Now, why is this question important? It's important because you need to be able to monetize your blog if you want to turn it into a lifestyle business, all right? And there's several different ways that you can monetize your website. We're going to get into those in a separate video. But for now, you want to look for these little clues that there's money to be earned from going this route with your topic or with your niche. Again, I'll walk through how to verify this in a second. Number 3, are there passionate forums on this topic? Forums are going to be your best friend when you're starting a blog. It's a great source of inspiration to figure out what are people struggling with in your niche, what topics do they want more information on, and really just to get to know your market and your audience. And number 4, is this market evergreen, and could you see yourself ultimately writing 100 plus posts in this niche? Now, that's not going to happen overnight, but again, you're building this with a view of it being a lifestyle blog. You want to A, enjoy what you're doing, and B, know that it's not a trend that's going to go away next month or next year. This is something that's been around for a while. It was here, 50 years ago or at least 10 years ago, and it's going to continue to be here in another decade so that you can continue to build this business if that's what you want. Are there topics that you can write about? So we'll get into brainstorming blog ideas in a later video. However, I want to go through 1 through 3 in a live demo right now. So let's go to our web browser. And the first thing we want to do is we want to answer the question, is there traffic in this niche? All right, we want to know how many visitors are our top competitors getting. And to do that, what you're going to do is you're going to install a little plugin for your Chrome browser, and it's the SimilarWeb Chrome extension. So I'll include the link for this below this video. All you would simply do is select in the top right hand corner, add to Chrome. Now in this case, I already have it added to Chrome, so I'm not going to re-add it. And that's going to add it to your browser bar right here. And you can see this little button right here is the SimilarWeb button. And that's going to show us approximately how many visitors different websites on the internet are getting. So what I did was I went to Google and I searched knitting blogs, all right? We want to find who are the top competitors in this niche on the topic that we're interested in pursuing. So go back to your top 3 topic list that we came up with in part 1 of selecting a niche and go through this process for each one of them. The first one for me is knitting. So what I'm doing is I'm searching knitting blogs and I'm assuming that the blogs who rank the highest are probably the most popular in this space. And so I opened some of them in different tabs. So here we can see MasonDixonKnitting.com. It's a knitting blog. So let's go to the top and select the similar web button. All we do is click it. And now it's searching and it's collecting the information from the similar web database and it's telling us the estimated number of visits per month is 115,000. So that's pretty good. That ticks our criteria of, having over 100,000 visitors to this website. Let's check out a few other ones. I love knitting. Again, we're just going to click the similar web button and see what it says. So data is not available for this domain. Sometimes it's because SimilarWeb just disconnected and you hit the reload button and it will pull back information. So the estimated number of visits for this blog is 241,000. That's fantastic. Again, it hits our criteria. And we would just keep going through all the different blogs out there and see, try to get an understanding of the type of traffic that exists on all of the different websites out there. So you can see this one has 160,000. So looking back at our criteria, we can see that 3 of the knitting blogs that we've visited have monthly visitors of over 100,000. That's great. We really want to make sure we hit that criteria. So that would kind of pass my first criteria of moving forward. If, however, we came here and SimilarWeb was telling us it's 20,000 visitors, 30,000 visitors, I'd be a little nervous about pursuing this niche from a business perspective, from a perspective of earning income from this business, okay? The next step is we want to understand, are people spending money in this niche, all right? So again, I go to Google and the first thing I want to do is I want to check, are people spending money on advertising? So I search the main keyword from this niche. In this case, it's knitting. And what I'm looking for is this. See how it says ad right here, an ad right here, an ad right here? That means advertisers are interested in displaying their knitting related products anytime someone searches this keyword. That's good, and that's going to be important because you want to display ads on your website in order to earn income. If there aren't any ads, it's an indication to me that advertisers really aren't that interested in this topic, and again, it's going to be a struggle to earn money from your blog. Okay, so that passes kind of step 1 or step 2 of the monetization verification. The next thing we want to do is we want to see, are there products out there? Are there affiliate programs we can link to earn some extra money from our blog? But more importantly, are other people selling products and having success? So we searched knitting affiliate programs, and what you want to do is you want to spend some time going through all of these different pages and seeing what products are being sold in this category. Are there monthly membership clubs? If so, that's great. That's a good indication that people are spending a lot of money in this space. Are there physical products? Are there digital products? So we can see on the I Love Knitting, you can earn 15% every time you refer a sale to the loveKnitting.com store. So that's exciting. That's something that you could sign up for if you have a knitting blog. And we're going to talk about affiliate programs more in another video. For now, we're just looking to see, are there products being sold in this market and are people buying them? Amazon is another great place for this. So let's go to Amazon.com and let's search knitting. Okay, we want to see, are there products that we could promote on Amazon.com relating to knitting? And so we can see right here, here's an example, 235 reviews of this product, a knitting related product, 40 reviews. 46, 1,056. So people are buying these products. Again, that's another good indication that that there's money to be made in this market and that you can earn income from your blog and turn this into a lifestyle blog. And then the last thing we want to do is we want to check for forums. So what I've done is, again, I've gone to Google and I've searched knitting forums. And basically, we just want to check out the different forums and see, are there a lot of posts in these marketplaces? Or sorry, in these forums. Let's actually go back here for a second. So this looks like it has almost 7 million registered users in this knitting and crochet membership site, and 5,711 people are online, which is really, really interesting to me because, again, that's showing it that's a lot of people interested in this market of knitting and crochet, and a lot of people who are online right now. And you can go through to other forums. Let's check this one out. And you can see there's just tons and tons of posts on here of people who are interested in knitting. This one has 1.7 million views. So, this seems like it's a passionate market. It seems like there's a market we can get traffic from, and it seems like a market that we can monetize the blog. So for the sake of the Launch Your Blog course, I'm going to do demonstrations relating to the knitting niche category. All right, so for the sake of this demonstration, it seems like the knitting topic would be a great topic to start a lifestyle blog on. But there's so many different topics that you can choose, and it's all about choosing your perfect blogging niche for you. What's right for you might not be right for someone else. And what you want to do is you really want to look for the sweet spot, right? And that is where your passion for the topic, your knowledge of the market, and an audience that spends money intersects. So you want to have those three things. You want to have a passion for that topic. It's hard to start a blog and make a blog successful if you're not actually that passionate about that topic, because there is a lot of posts that you want to create, and it's kind of a long-term commitment. That's not to say it's going to take forever to earn money from it. It's just that you're not doing this with the idea of setting it up and never touching it again. You want to work on it for months or even years to come. The second thing is, do you have knowledge of that market? Okay, you don't need to be an expert, that's for sure, and I want to make that clear. You absolutely don't need to be a knitting expert to create a knitting blog. Maybe you're going to create your knitting blog, and the whole unique perspective on that blog is you're a beginner knitter, and you're on the quest to become an expert blogger, an expert knitter, and you're sharing your journey in that process. So you definitely don't have to be an expert knitter or an expert on that topic. Your blog could be all about how your quest to become an expert on that topic, and that's kind of cool, and that's kind of exciting for your audience to share in. But you should have at least a little bit of knowledge on that market. And then the third thing is your audience spends money, okay? And we walked through the process for verifying that just a second ago. And you want to make sure that there's money to be spent in that market so that you can earn an income or earn some money from the efforts that you're putting in order to support yourself. And whether that's your goal is to turn this into a full-time income, or you'd be happy earning a few $100 extra a month, that's an important process to go through. And so you're looking for the overlap for those three things, and that's kind of your sweet spot. And your sweet spot might be a little different to your best friend or your husband or your wife. So it's important you go through this process yourself and you find your perfect blogging niche. If you go through this process, I'm confident that you're going to find it. And just to give you some inspiration, there's so many successful blogs out there, and I'm confident if you follow these steps, you can have a successful blog too. This one is Gleeful Things. It's a popular crochet and knitting website out there. And you can see they've got ads and they're monetizing their site. Here's a website called Dolly the Doxy. It's all about a lady who's super passionate about pets and dogs, and it's all about her passion for that and sharing information on that topic. Here's another one, isn'tthatsew.org. Now this is all about sewing and creating patterns and all of those good things. So you can see that Isn't That Sew is a cool little website or a niche website. Jewelrytutorialhq.com. This is a cool little website that's earning an income for their passion all about jewelry making. Survivallife.com. This is a great little blog, or a big blog actually, out there all about outdoor and survival and hiking. And if you're passionate in that, there's a market for that. So there's all sorts of different blog topics that you can experiment with and have success with. The point is, go through this process of choosing your niche and choose the niche that's right for you, and check to make sure there's money to be made in there if that's your ultimate goal. So hopefully you found this video helpful for choosing your niche for launching your blog, and stay tuned for the next video.